Let's take a look at the agricultural era by answering 5 simple questions. Question 1. Where do we live and work? They were hunters, gatherers, gardeners, and farmers, living off the land to provide for their needs. This earned the time period the name agricultural era, and it lasted up until the Industrial Revolution, which started in the United Kingdom in the late 1700s. Let's imagine we are living in that time period and think about our work. Although some people had different jobs, most people were farmers. Remember the disclaimers, this did not hold true everywhere for everyone. Being as we are farmers, we live on our farms. Each family lives on its own farm. People who can't afford their own farms work for those who do, and live on those farms. There may be miles and miles between our farm and our neighbors, so we are decentralized. We live in small groups rather than in big cities. We can still see this type of living today among the Amish, a religious group that eschews modern technology. They farm their land with horse-drawn plows and harvesters, and their major form of transportation is the horse and buggy. Question 2. Who owns the tools and means of production, i.e., farm, land, horses, equipment, etc.? We do. Our family owns the farm, and we own the tools necessary to operate it. Most of us work for ourselves as self-employed farmers, or at least aspire to do so. Again, remember the disclaimers. This wasn't always true everywhere, all the time. In the feudal system of the Middle Ages, a few rich people owned the land, and the poor masses of people did the farming work, paying the landowner rent. But in the later parts of this era, farmers were able to own their own farms. The 3 major factors of production are land, labor, and capital. We own the land and capital, tools, money, etc., and provide our own labor. Question 3. What do we get for our work? On the farm, we earn direct rewards. We eat the food that we grow. We wear the wool from the sheep we raise. We build our houses and barns from the trees we chop down ourselves, or with help of our family and neighbors. The harder we work, the greater the rewards we are likely to earn. However, we also take some risk. If the weather cooperates, we might grow enough food that we have some left over to sell or trade. If the weather is not good for growing crops, we may go hungry. Our work on the farm provides us with the things we need to survive: food, shelter, clothing, and so on. We may earn a little money to buy things we can't make ourselves, such as pots, pans, and horseshoes. Some people specialized in non-farming businesses that support farming, such as blacksmiths and weavers. The tools needed to perform these jobs were too expensive for most people to have on their own. While an individual family might not be completely self-sufficient, they did not need to purchase many items. Question 4. How is work organized? In other words, who works and who is in charge? In the agricultural era, everyone works, from the youngest to the oldest, based on their abilities. Everyone in the family and anyone else who lives on the farm contributes, and the family is the basic work unit. Although people tend to specialize in different chores, the family works as a team. For example, the father might do the plowing while the mother tends to the chickens and does the milking. The team leader is the head of the family, usually the oldest male. He decides what will be done, although family members, especially sons, may be allowed to make suggestions. Question 5. What kinds of work tasks are completed? We have a variety of tasks to complete. Some must be done every single day, such as milking the cows mornings and evenings. Other tasks change according to the season, such as planting in the spring and harvesting in the fall. Our lives are closely tied to the environment. The old saying that we need to make hay while the sun shines comes from the fact that the environment has a strong influence on our work and our opportunities. If we don't cut the hay and take it in today, and it rains tomorrow, that hay could be ruined.